If this second Trump administration seems more chaotic, more conspiratorial, more untethered from reality than the first, well, that's because it is. And we have a new cast of characters to thank for that, a cast that in any previous Republican administration would have been left outside in the cold, ranting into their webcams and panhandling for pennies and retweets. But now the internet's most deranged, the very worst of the worst from the fever swamps of social media have been handed the keys to the kingdom, and they're not just happy to be here, they're taking victory laps. Exhibit A, Jack Posobiec. If you're not familiar with Mr. Posobiec, I wasn't, well, you are blessed. He is quite literally one of the most disgusting posters on the planet. He has routinely put out tweets with the racist code 1488, 14 being a reference to the 14 words, a white supremacist slogan, and 88 being a reference to HH, aka Heil Hitler. H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. He was also one of the most prominent promoters of the Pizzagate conspiracy theory, which falsely claimed that high-ranking Democrats were involved in a child sex ring centered at a Washington, D.C. pizzeria. Remember that? Well, he once even live-streamed a, quote, investigation of the pizzeria and was asked to leave after attempting to film a child's birthday party. I'm sorry, but that is freakish. There's no other way of putting it. That action at least is freakish. But guess what? The man who had that freakish action is now globetrotting with Vice President J.D. Vance on official government business. They just returned from a trip to Europe where they met with far-right figures under the guise of strengthening alliances. Because when you think of serious foreign policy minds, you think of a man who made his career posting cryptic QAnon references and racist memes, right? That's what you think of. Posobiec handling foreign policy is like giving the nuclear codes to a guy who thinks the moon landing was filmed on a Hollywood sound stage. Think I'm being melodramatic here? I want you to listen to him in his own words.
Donald Trump is not violating the Constitution. Donald Trump is restoring the American Constitution. Donald Trump is the living embodiment of the American Constitution. Donald Trump is embodying the values of our founding fathers for the first time in a long time in Washington, D.C.
Trump is the living Constitution? Come on, man. I'm sorry, how can you describe that as anything other than textbook fascism? It is shocking, utterly shocking, but quite frankly, not surprising if you're familiar with Posobiec's past comments about democracy, okay?
All right, welcome. I just wanted to say, welcome to the end of democracy. We're here to overthrow it completely. We didn't get all the way there on January 6th, but we will endeavor to get rid of it and replace it with this right here. We'll replace it with this right here.
Amen.
That man is now traveling around with the Vice President of the United States. How do you feel about that? Did you vote for that? Did anyone vote for that? Even the MAGA folks, did you vote for that? And guess what? Posobiec is far from the only example here. Laura Loomer is constantly exchanging ideas with Elon Musk. Benny Johnson just met with Pam Bondi at CPAC. Perhaps most alarmingly, consider Ed Martin, a U.S. attorney using his government platform to engage with none other than Libs of TikTok on Twitter. You may know Libs of TikTok, aka Shea Raycheck, for her bad faith outrage posts about teachers and drag queens. But it's quite disturbing to now see that she has the power to sic U.S. attorneys on individual social media users. A woman who pissed Shea Raycheck off, and now she's being investigated and likely prosecuted. Imagine for a second that Merrick Garland or Bill Barr, imagine them scrolling through Twitter, furiously engaging with right-wing troll accounts. In this second Trump term, it is perfectly normal for senior officials to spend their time chasing clout with anonymous accounts that exist solely to manufacture outrage. What's more worrying is that this seems to be an ever-growing rogues gallery. Internet trolls now have podcast empires. Racist pundits have somehow wormed their way into actual advisory roles. Every two-bit grifter with a blue check suddenly now wields influence over national policy. The inmates aren't just running the asylum. They've set up a merch store in the lobby and they're offering discount codes for MyPillow. The problem isn't that just these figures are extreme. That's not the only problem here. The problem is that they are unserious. They have no interest in governance, no interest in policy, only in performance, only in riling up their audience, feeding the outrage cycle, stoking more division. The far right used to be made up of ideologues. Now it is just trolls and grifters. And they're trolling and grifting with the full weight of the U.S. government behind them. If this second Trump administration feels different, it is because it is. If Trump's first administration was a misguided action movie, this one is straight up reality TV. And we all know how those end. In chaos, disgrace, and a whole lot of tears.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.